Hi everyone, welcome to Jyotisha class, astrology class, and I'm very glad that with the so much of a busy schedule and busy work and that family on the weekend you are able to find time and then attend this session uh, to know about our shastra and things like that. I really appreciate it. So let's get into the session. Let me share my screen. Okay. Hi, who just joined? It says India. Okay. So many of you might know, but just I want to give a formal introduction about myself. I'm Dr. KVM Prasad. I'm in IT industry for the more than 30 years. I'm in US for last 24 years, 23 years. I'm basically a MBA Systems and Finance, and I also hold a PhD degree in astrology. Coming to this occult sciences, we call it as occult sciences. Basically, it is a secret sciences. Not everybody can see this, right? So only for certain people can see that. Occult is like secret sciences. So I have like more than 25 years or close to 30 years experience in the occult sciences. What are those occult sciences? That is palmistry, astrology, vastu, numerology. I mean, handwriting analysis is no, technically doesn't fall into occult sciences, but it's kind of a borderline. So I first started learning palmistry in 95, and then I learned numerology. Then I learned Vastu, then astrology, or like within a few years of span, I learned, and then the handwriting analysis. Okay. So past predictions, those whoever have attended my other session, there I would have mentioned prediction of Chandrayaan and FIFA World Cup winners, Super Bowls, 3 out of 4 Super Bowls winners I have predicted. The one I'm really proud of or happy of predicting is this the Omicron virus. I predicted on April 24th that you will have a variant of COVID on 21st of November. The first case was identified on exact that day. Then people were very much worried about when the market crashed because of COVID in 2020. I predicted like market will recover from May 15th, 2020. People didn't believe it, but in the next slide, I will show you the graphs. And I also predicted when we will find the vaccine, right? So I predicted in March 2020 itself that you will get vaccine only after September 20. Until then, we have to live with it. I mean, live with the COVID. So this is the chart, right? So this is the date uh, from May. You see the line going upwards, and this is Dow Jones, and this is BSE Sensex, right? So May 10th, from May 10th onwards, you can see this up, then the trend line. Okay, so what are we going to cover? Again, this is a 6 months course. Okay, uh, I will start from fundamentals. You don't need to know anything. You have to just have an interest to learn. That's it. So what I will be covering is fundamentals of astrology. What is astronomy, our universe, zodiac signs, rashis, right, navagrahas, panchabhutas, right, and then the 12 houses, 12 signs. Then I cover North and South Indian styles of astrology. Then the significance of those 12 houses, Karakatwas, along with the Panchabhutas, and then Grahas, the lordships aspects. Uh, Max, I'm already recording this session. Okay. uh, Grahas and then all these things, and then different types of astrology. Basically, from outside, right? From outside, if you look at it, we all think astrology is one particular one bucket. But within astrology, there are different types, methods within that. So I'll try to cover or give an overview of few of them. Okay. Then casting the horoscope and how to read the horoscope. Then the Bhava chart and Chalit chart. In North India, they call it as Chalit chart. In South, we call it as a Bhava chart. Then the dasha systems, Vimshottari dasha systems. This is the way like you use to predict the event. Right? People will ask, okay, when will I get married? When will I get a job? When will I, have children and all sorts of questions. For that, you need this dasha system. Using this only, you will be able to predict when it is going to happen, right? And then transits, you would have seen like every year, like planets transits, right? Say, for example, right now Saturn is going to transit by end of March to from Aquarius to Meena Rasi, some Kumbham to Meena, right? All that, how to do that. Then this is the method I will be primarily focusing on, Stellanari method, and then what is it about and how accurate and all that. Uh, then the DNA astrology, introduction of DNA astrology, then all the events like how to interpret, analyze education, career, profession, marriage life, childbirth, properties. So when I say for example, education, what type of education they will study, or you will study, whether you will be a topper or average student, and all that. Same thing, career also. Especially when you can see the downturn and when you will get a job, if it is business, whether it will be successful or you will incur losses, all that. Like same thing, marriage, divorces, remarriage, all that. Anything related to marriage. Same thing, childbirth. When will the childbirth, whether do we need to take it a treatment for the childbirth, or without treatment, people can conceive it, all that. Then the property purchases, vehicles, assets, all this one. And some people get into litigation court cases, right? Then what is going to happen? So then traveling. So especially a lot of people, we are in US and people are worried about green card, citizenship, work visa, H1, right? All that. Then the medical, this is the very, very critical part, right? Health issues. How to analyze health issues, what type of health issues a person could get, and then how to see whether it will get cured or not, right? If so, when, all that. Longevity, then horoscope matching, um, then the remedies, what remedies we can do. Right? Then Prashna astrology, Rore call it in English, Prashna, and in Tamil people call it as Prasannam. So here also again, I will be teaching three different methods, how to use this Prashna to predict. For this, you don't need the horoscope at all. There will be some people who may not have their horoscope, right? And then we can do that, all that. I will go deep into this, right? This itself will take like 2 3 sessions, maybe. Again, when we actually go to it, each session will be like approximately 2 hours every week. Then birth time rectification, basically we think whoever is bringing the horoscope, the birth time is correct. 90% of the time it is not. So we have to go through the past events and then fix the exact time. It will be sometimes it will be like few minutes off, but we need to fix that. then only we'll be able to predict the future accurately, right? So I know most of you must be in IT industry, right? What do we say in IT industry? Data, garbage in, garbage out. If you give wrong time or incorrect time, then all the predictions will be wrong. Then muhurtam, how to auspicious, right? For marriage, for guru pravesham, all those events, how to, uh, have set the muhurtam. There are rules and all that. That also I'll be covering. Okay. Any questions? You can unmute and then, no?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's go to what is Jyotisha? Please unmute and then I like the sessions to be more interactive, not like one way I keep talking. Okay. Uh, so please unmute and tell, in your opinion, right? Uh, we're all like middle age. You have all sorts of, good experience in life. What do you think is Jyotisha?
Only thing we have heard of is like predicting something
Okay.
in the future. That's all we know. I mean, at least that's all I know.
Okay. What else?
Also trying to solve the current problems with some prayers or rituals or anything good, maybe
Okay.
fix our old karmas due to which we are going through some problems. So hopefully find some solutions to that.
Okay. Good. Any other thoughts? Study of planetary light. Who's this? Can you unmute and speak up your name, please? India?
Yeah. Hi, sir. This is Shabrish from India.
Oh, okay, good, Sabrish. Good. I like it. So, Jyotisha means study of light. Jyoti means light, right? Study of light. So, that is the meaning of the Sanskritam words Jyotisha. So in every, like in Tamil, you call it as Jodidam, right? But in Hindi and in Telugu, all that it is like a Jyotisha only. So Jyotisha means study of light. So what light or what are we studying? So we all know there are Navagrahas or the planets, right? Orbiting sun, right? So, but who's generating the sun? Who's generating the light? Who
Sun,
generates the light?
sun,
Sun, right? The sun is the source of light. So all these planets get the light from sun and then change it. Okay. So this shastra is about how the sun is generating the light, right? How those light is going to these planets, these celestial bodies, and then how it is reflecting or making influence in our in the human lives. The Shastra is about that. Okay. So basically, if we just let's pause that. If you go to, let's take the word, English word, right? Astrology, right? So basically, what is astronomy here? Astronomy is what? What is astronomy?
Astronomy, study of planets and stars.
Study of planets and stars in the universe, right? In our galaxy, right? So, but what are we doing here? In astronomy, astronomy says, okay, sun is of this size, sun is generating light, right? All these other planets are in these sizes, and this they are orbiting around sun. That is what astronomy says. That's it, right? But what we are doing is, in astrology, we are applying a logic. What is that logic? So now you might have seen in social media everywhere, in news channels and newspapers, people are talking about today, tomorrow, right? From 22nd, 23rd onwards, for 1 week, you are going to see all the 6 planets, 5 planets, 7 planets in one row, right? Have you heard of this or not?
Yes, yes.
Right now,
Yes.
right now it's happening, right? You can see with the naked eye. People say, okay, you can see Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, right? All these planets with the naked eye, right? But astronomy stops at that point. Astronomy says, okay, Jupiter is in this 50th degree. Okay, that's all it says. You can see from the naked eye. But now what we are doing in astrology, we are applying logic. What is that logic? Logic is how it is influencing the human behavior and humans' life events, right? This planet. That, say, for example, let's say Jupiter is there. Jupiter will be there in that same degree for a few days, right? But the same Jupiter will behave differently for each person, whoever is born. Correct? So we are applying logic and we are trying to go deep into it and finding out how it is influencing, why it is, how it is influencing the behavior. The same Jupiter is in the 50th degree. On the same day, people are born from morning to night, 24 hours. That Jupiter is going to behave differently for all the people born on that day. That is what we are trying to do. That is what we are trying to apply. That is what I'm talking about logic here. So astrology, in my words, is nothing but astronomy plus logic. Okay? You take the astronomical facts. What is astronomical facts? These are the planets orbiting around sun. Then you apply the logic, then you get to this astrology. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is where like we talk about predictive astrology. Now, when I say asked what is jyotisha, right? So jyotisha, we are trying to use it for predictive purposes in the Kali Yuga. Okay. So the calculations is nothing but your astronomical facts. That is what I just told you. Like say, for example, Jupiter is in 50th degree, you make note of that. Saturn is in 200 degree, you make a note of that. Right? Moon is in 75 degree, you make a note of that. Those are all the calculations, astronomical facts. Then you analyze. Okay, this is in 50 degrees, this is in 75 degrees, that Saturn is in 200 degree. What is going to do? Right? Then you apply your logic and reasoning abilities. Right? There are formulas, there are set of rules that needs to be applied. When you combine all these things, calculations, analysis, and logic and reasoning, then you get this prediction. Clear?
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So, astrology, jyotisha, prediction is only one aspect of it. Okay. Say for now, we are doing predictions. The most important thing that we forgot or we are not using in the Kali Yuga is guidance. Guidance, okay, I will say, based on your past karma. Okay. Based on past karma, our horoscope or our, jatakam or jadagam, whatever it will tell. It will give hints. Okay. Our life is based on all our past karma, whether you believe it or not. It doesn't matter that somebody has to believe in the Jyotisha Shastra. Like I said, if Jupiter is in 50th degree when that person is born, whether that person believes in astrology or not, it is going to behave in the same way. Just because somebody is believing in astrology, okay, I will give concession to this. Say Prasad is believing astrology, he is teaching astrology. Okay, let me give some concession. And then say some other person, he doesn't believe even astrology at all. He talks opposite to against the Shastra. Let me punish it. No, it is all same. Why? Because of our past karma. So you can use this astrology, Jyotish Shastra, to ascertain what has happened in your past karma and then try to release that karma in this life, in a way where we may want to, we like it, our preferable area. It is like choosing better among the worst. Okay. Again, please note better among the worst. If we don't choose, then karma will pick its own and then will make us do it.
So how can we choose Prasad Garu, because we don't know what happened in the past?
Correct. All that I will teach you in the session, in the class,
Okay.
how to find out and then how you can choose. But again, those things will not be easy because thing is we are want to release our karma, right? Our bad sins. But you can choose better among worse. See, we all forget when we enjoy a good life, that is also because of our past karma only. If most of us, we are in US and then we are having a good, comfortable life, right? That is because of our past life karma only. Does it mean that we all don't have problems? No, we do have problems, right? We do go through the sufferings. But we are getting both. Some people will get only the suffering. Some people will get only the full enjoyments. But still, there also will be some negative things will be there. So this is astrology and Jyotish Shastra can be used for guidance also. But a lot of time in the Kali Yuga nowadays, we completely forgot about this guidance. We are just worried about the predictions. Any questions? Okay. So Vedic Jyotisha. This Jyotisha first initially written by sage Bhrigu Maharshi, and then it further advanced by Parashara, sage Parashara. So sage Parashara wrote this book, Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. This is what 95% of the people are following. Okay. All the astrologers, 95% of the astrologers you see, people follow the Parashara method. So one example of how old, we don't know when it originated, but in Ramayana, there are numerous references of planetary positions right from Rama's birth, Sita abduction, Hanuman visit to Sri Lanka, the war between Ram and Ravan. All those planetary positions in the form of sloka is there in Valmiki Ramayana. Okay. So this is like a tree of the Hindu religious scriptures. So basically, our scriptures is divided into two, Shruti and Smruti. Okay. Shruti is basically everything in the form of voice, right? There is no written, then it just keeps on passing by word of mouth. Smruti is where you have the written documentation. Under Smruti, under Vedangana, again, there are multiple subdivisions. Under Vedangana, Jyotisha is one of the category. Okay. So you see here Vyakarana, Chandas, Vyakarana is grammar, right? Jyotisha is one among them. Then you have other Dharma Sutra, Shastra, you see Manusmriti. Now people are talking more about the Manusmriti and all, right? And you have Itihasas, Ramayana, Mahabharata and all that, right? So by learning Jyotisha, you are entering into this landscape. Okay. So I told you, right? There are different methods in Jyotisha. First is Bhrigu Nadi. Bhrigu is the first Rishi started it. So Bhrigu Nadi. Then you have Parashara method. Then you have Jaimini Sutras. Then Lal Kitab. Then Nadi astrology. So Nadi astrology, under Nadi astrology, there are many Nadi astrologies. Bhrigu is again one of the Nadi astrology. There is Naganadi, Chandrakala, there are many. I think there are like somewhere between 10 to 18 Nadi astrology types are there. And the Nadi astrology in Tamil Nadu, what they call, that is based on the palm leaf, that is written by Agastya Rishi. So Agastya Rishi Nadi astrology is not based on this Jyotisha Shastra. His Rishi, based on his intuition, he wrote it in the palm leaf. Okay. There is a place called Vaidishwaran Koil in Tamil Nadu. That is where you give your thumb impression and then they will find out and then they will try to bring you the palm leaf and then you will read it. Okay.
Prasad Garu,
Yeah.
this Nadi means pulse here.
So yeah, see in Sanskrit, right? There are multiple meanings. Yeah, Nadi means pulse. So why here? Okay. So why here we call it as Nadi is you are taking the pulse of the planet. I told you, right? So Jupiter is in 50th degree. It will be there in 50 degrees for a couple of days. But that Jupiter will behave differently for each person. So you need to find the pulse of that, see how the Jupiter is behaving. So for that, this Nadi is one of the method.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now in the modern Vedic astrology, advancements have been made. That is the stellar astrology. In the stellar category, stellar Nadi is one method by stellar Nadi, KP Krishnamurti Paddhati. So these two got developed at the same time. This is by Meena, code name. Okay. So this is Meena, Krishnamurti Paddhati, Under again Krishnamurti Paddhati, there are again subdivisions. KP Kullar Kaspar interlinks, KV Bhaskara interlinks. These two looks similar, minor difference is there. And Gurumurti Paddhati, he is the direct disciple of Krishnamurti. So then he learned KP from Krishnamurti ji, and then he came up with his own method. He modified it. Okay, GMP he called it. And then there is nowadays it is getting popular like a DNA astrology. Then apart from this, outside of India, you have Greek astrology, you have Western astrology, and you have Chinese astrology. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. Meena, code name. Basically, it is from R. Gopal Krishna Rao. He was the first person developed it, and then he published in 1955. Okay, there is a controversy between KP and Stella Nadi. KP people say they are the ones invented the sublord, but actually it is R. Gopal Krishna. But we will go more deep into it when we go to that appropriate chapter. So far, any questions, any doubts? Or did I go fast?
No, it's fine.
It's fine? Okay. So, we have the universe, right? The universe is divided into 360, is in 360 degrees, right? You just draw a circle, it is 360 degrees. So, this 360 degrees has been divided by 12 zodiac signs or 12 rashis. That is Aries to Pisces. Aries is Mesham, Rishabham, Mithunam, Karkatakam, Simha, Kanya, Tula, Ruchikam, Dhanushu, Makaram, Kumbham, Meenam. Okay, 12 rashis equally by 30 degrees. So 360 divided by 12, 30 degrees each. Okay. So each 30 degrees and total comes to 360 degrees. So I gave the Rashi name, the Sanskritam name, and then the English name. Okay. This is fixed. This is not going to change. Whether you go to Western astrology or Vedic astrology, this is fixed. Okay. So now we need to understand grahas in astrology. What are all the grahas in astrology? You must have heard. We all said 9, Navagraha, correct? What are
Yes.
those 9?
Mercury,
Mercury,
Venus,
Venus.
Earth. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like all the planets: Mercury,
Yeah.
Venus, Mars,
Mm.
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
Mm. Okay. So you see from our Jyotisha Shastra, the grahas are different. Sun, for us, first is Sun, Surya. Right? Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn. I've given the other names also. In Sanskritam, we call it as Surya, and some places we call it as Ravi. Okay, Chandra. If you look at any Telugu horoscopes, there they will write as Ravi. Okay, Chandra again. Then Mangal is North Indians. They write Mangal in their horoscopes, right? Tamil people they write Chavai for Mars, right? And Telugu people they will write Kuja for Mars, but all are same. Okay. Buddha is the Sanskrit name. Everybody writes Buddha. And Bruhaspati is the actual name for Jupiter. Because he is the guru for the Devas, we started calling it as Guru. So old people might write like a Brahaspati, but nowadays everybody writes as Guru. Okay. Then Venus is Shukra, Shani is Saturn. You see here, there are 7 grahas here. Okay. Then we have Chaya. So in scientific world, your 9 planets list, the total count might match, but the actual planets are different. Okay. So this is according to Jyotisha. So don't get confused between scientific planets and the Jyotisha planets. Because according to science, Sun is not a planet. Sun is a star. Moon is not a planet, right? So we have 2 Chaya grahas. What does Chaya means?
Shadow.
Shadow, right? Shadow planet. I mean, we are talking about universe, we are talking about planet. What is this Chaya graha, right? That means these planets do not physically exist in the universe. Okay? They do not exist, but we are using them. That is Rahu and Ketu. They do not exist, but we take it. We take those as a planet, as a point. And they play a very vital role in anybody's horoscope. I know we all like understand cricket, right? Have you heard of googly and dusra in cricket analogy? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, yes. That was
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is googly? Googly is what?
Googly is a spin ball,
Correct.
basically. Yep.
Yeah, it's a spin ball.
Yep.
Googly is a leg spinner, bowls a off spin. But the delivery will be same, motion will be same, but the ball will spin in the opposite direction. And dusra is the off spinner bowling a leg spin. Okay, right? The motion will be same, but after pitching, the ball's behavior will be different. In Jyotisha Shastra, I will call Rahu and Ketu as googly and dusra. Their behavior is very unpredictable. That is where, like lot of places, people miss or miscalculate is this Rahu and Ketu. But in Stellanadi method, we will clearly chart it out. How this Rahu is going to behave, how this Ketu is going to behave, like all these 7 planets. But remember this, they do not exist physically in the universe. We will cover how it is, what is Rahu, what is Ketu in the future slides. Then you have, oh, sorry, go ahead.
These 7 planets seem like 7 days of the week, right?
Correct. Correct. That's why I've written those planets in that weekday order. Starting from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. These 7 days are from these 7 planets, our 7 days of the week. So then we have Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. These planets exist. These planets, Western astrology considers but we do not. I will tell you in the future slides why we do not consider in my own interpretation. Okay. But for now, you assume we don't consider. Why? We will explain it later. If you look at planet Graha, is planet Graha, we interchangeably use this word, right? We say 9 planets, Navagraha. But planet and Graha is not the same. They are different. So planet is more like an astronomical word. A celestial body exists, right? That's all. That is what the planet is. But in Sanskritam, we call it as a graha. Then what is the difference? Can anybody try?
So astrology is considering sun and moon to be grahas as well.
Mm-hmm.
There are chaya grahas as well, which is different from planets.
Correct. But what is the difference, actual difference? Graha. So, okay, let me tell you. Graha means in Sanskrit, grasping. So remember, in Sanskrit, for every word has multiple meanings. Okay, one of the meaning for graha is grasping. I don't know how many people are from no Telugu. So in Telugu also we use the word graha means grahinchadam, absorbing, grasping. Okay. Graha is again going back to Jyotisha Shastra. What is Jyotisha Shastra? Sun is emitting light. These planets, these grahas absorb the light from sun and reflect it. These grahas absorb the light from sun and reflect it on its using its own characteristics. Each planet, each graha has its own characteristic. And that light, whatever comes out of from sun, right, is different. It is not the same light. Sunlight is coming to moon. From moon, moon reflects that light after absorbing and then giving to earth. It will be different. It is not the same light coming directly from sun to earth. So every planet will absorb and reflect differently. That is why we are using the word graha. Is it clear?
The sun is not a
makes sense.
planet.
Sorry?
Sun is not a planet, but in this case we call it a planet, right?
It is, that's why I'm using the word graha.
Hmm.
Okay. If you want, you can interchangeably use planet. I'm telling you teaching you the fundamental difference between graha and planet. Graha is, I mean, planet is just an astronomical scientific word, a celestial body orbiting sun or orbiting in the universe. That's all it means. It doesn't mean anything beyond that. They talk about characteristics. You will see deep next in a few slides or next class, whatever it is, right, in the course. Mars is of what color?
Red.
Red. Right? In Jyotish Shastra, we have identified Mars as red. Now you are sending satellites, you have these telescopes and all, you are seeing Mars is red. And we don't know when this Jyotish Shastra originated, like, hundreds of years ago or millions of years ago. We have identified Mars as red. So, Graha means it grasps. What does it grasp? It grasps the sunlight and reflects back differently. That is why the differences.
Then what happens to the Surya? So Surya is also a graha.
Correct. He is the source. Surya is the source of everything.
So it absorbs its own light and reflects the same.
It's on its light, right? You directly get that sun's light with its own characteristics. Surya also has its own characteristics. Okay. So what we know is heliocentric model. What is that? Sun is here in the middle and all these planets are orbiting sun. Moon is here, moon orbits around Earth. Right? That is what we have learnt in schools. But in Jyotish Shastra, what we are looking at a geocentric model, geocentric solar system. That is, we consider Earth as the middle, and from Earth you see all the planets. So in that, Moon becomes the closest to Earth because Moon is orbiting the Earth. Then you see Sun also. You see Sun is orbiting. Okay, let me just ask one question. You all celebrated Sankranti, right? Sankranti, Pongal, like 10 days ago.
Yes.
Wow. Can you tell me how the Sankranti is fixed?
Position of the sun.
Position of the sun, okay. And where?
Probably Makara Sankramana. That's what we can call.
Sun is entering the Makara sign.
Yeah.
Physically, you look at the universe, is Sun entering the Makara sign? No, right? Sun is in the same place, astronomically. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Astronomically,
Yeah.
Sun is in the same place.
Yeah.
Since we are seeing Sun from Earth's point of view, we see Sun is orbiting. So Sun moved from Dhanushu to Makara on January 14th. That is why we are celebrating Makara Sankranti. So in Jyotisha Shastra, it is basically geocentric model. Okay. So, and remember, all the planets in reality, in the universe, they are orbiting in a anti-clockwise physically. Okay. This direction only they orbit. But we in Jyotisha Shastra, again depends on the system. Some systems we take them in a clockwise direction. In the North Indian style, we take it as a anti-clockwise direction. It doesn't matter. It is only the representation of how you are casting horoscope and how you are interpreting. Okay, but this is the fact is that planets are moving in an anti-clockwise direction in the universe, in our solar system.
You mean in the geocentric system or the actual?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, The planets are moving in that anti-clockwise direction. When you see from Earth, yeah, geocentric, even heliocentric also. You go to NASA website and see the planets will be moving in a anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so now coming to Rahu Ketu. So basically, we know Earth is here, and then from geocentric model, Sun is also orbiting and Moon is also orbiting Earth, right? So the gap between Sun's path and Moon's path is 5 degrees. Okay, that is a maximum. But at some point, there are two intersections where it intersects. Sun and Moon path intersects at 2 points. This two intersecting point is called as Rahu and Ketu. Rahu is the ascending node or the north node. In Western, we call it. And Ketu is the descending node or the south node. But we call it as Rahu and Ketu. There is a story behind it based on our Puranas. What is Rahu and Ketu? Those stories are all basically for us to understand and remember. Okay. So basically, according to the story, Rahu has only the head. And this is Rahu. Ketu is body. No head. Rahu has only head, no body. Ketu has only body, no head. Why it is? There is a lot of meaning and interpretation to it. We will learn more about it when we start learning more about Rahu and Ketu. So basically, these are the intersecting point. And we call it as a Rahu and Ketu. Rahu and Ketu, and then do our analysis based on that. Clear?
Yes.
So every year twice, one
Sorry?
period is. So every year twice, it's one period of Rahu and one period of Ketu.
No, I didn't get you. Can you repeat it,
The
please?
sun is orbiting the Earth. It's sun orbiting the. I'm just trying to find out. So you said the twice it meets. I didn't get that point.
Yeah. Intersecting point. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it like
Intersecting
once in
point.
a year? Does it happen once in a year or?
No. So, okay. So basically, this is the intersecting point. Okay. So now what is Earth doing? Earth is rotating itself, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So your point here, say you are standing here. From here, you see Rahu is here and Ketu is here, right? For this person, right, Rahu is in the two sides, correct? Let's say this is the starting point. This is the 0 degree. I draw a line 0 degree, right? And then whether you want to like clockwise, so this becomes 90 degrees and this becomes 270 degrees, right? But for this point, for this person, it is straight. So this is 0 degree and this is 180 degree. So for this person, Rahu is in 0 degree and Ketu is in 180 degree. For this person, Rahu is in 90 degrees and Ketu is in 270 degrees. So this point keeps moving. This point also orbits along with other planets. So when we say sun is moving from here to here, this Rahu intersecting point also will move from here to here. Because sun is also moving, correct? So sun moved from Dhanushu to Makaram. So hence this Rahu also will move. And when this intersection point, right, when the sun comes to this intersecting point and moon also comes to the intersecting point, that is where you get the eclipse, Grahana. And there is a story in Puranas that people say that, okay, the snake is coming and then eating the sun. That is nothing but Rahu. So just for simplicity, you know, just think Rahu and Ketu, these are the intersecting points that is fixed. Okay. And it keeps moving as the other planets do.
Seems like it will happen when there is solar eclipse or lunar eclipse.
Yeah. At that point, Rahu or Ketu will be with sun and moon. Then you will see the solar eclipse or lunar eclipse. Okay. Okay. So, okay, this slide has come here. Okay, fine. That's fine. You might have heard all these concepts in a lot of TV channels or astrologer speaking, YouTube channels, exaltation, debilitation, own planet being in own house, mula trikon, aspect, drishti, right? Then retrograde, then this yoga, Raja Yoga, Viparita Raja Yoga, and all that, right? I will be teaching in this whole class without using these concepts. You don't have to look at all these things and get confused. Without using all these things, still you can do the predictions. That is what I will be teaching in the class, in this whole 6 months course. In that, like again, with this, you will get, after good practice, you will get 80% accuracy. And you can answer any question in less than 2 minutes. That is a guarantee I give. Less than 2 minutes, you will be able to answer any question from the client about any predictive question. Okay. Okay, I think I will skip. This is all like, okay, this is all I think I've already covered. So basically no basic knowledge, right? So every Saturday or Friday, again, depending upon the class strength and the time zones, we will pick a convenient time. It will be Zoom, and I will provide the recordings. Then fees is right now I'm giving early about discount 900 for 6 months. Then interested people can Zelle to this email address, the course fee. Okay. Okay, right. Any question? Yeah.
This time 6 to 8 p.m., right?
No, this again, we will check. We can change it depending upon how many people, right? The time zones and all. If everybody is in Pacific time zone, then we can, adjust it.
Yes, I mean 6 to 8 works better for me anyway. So.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, usually this is again, every batch, the time changes, okay, depending upon that batch of people's time zones. Any questions so far? Okay, should we continue like a couple of more slides?
How do we practice as we are learning? And
how do we practice? We have to get more horoscopes from your friends and family, right? Then for calculations, I will teach you how to do the minimum, basic calculations by hand. And then I will also tell you the software which I'm using. That if interested, you can buy that software directly from the vendor. Okay, do that. And there are like various free software is also available, to use it. Then if you use the free software, then to do my calculations, every horoscope you have to calculate, then you do it. So that will take like around 15 minutes for you to calculate once you get the basic horoscope from the any free software. Okay, then you can do that. Otherwise, you can purchase the software directly and then you get it. But trust me, the moment you tell to your friends and family that you are learning astrology, everybody will give their horoscope to you to answer their questions, predictions. That is what you have to practice. The more this astrology is nothing but mathematics, right? The more you practice, the more you will get better at. Yeah. Last few years back, student and all, that lady told to her mom, that's it. Mom told every relative. The next day, she is flooded with horoscopes, with all questions. She was even still just started, like in the middle of the course, right? Then people started asking all sorts of questions. After we complete those chapters, then you will be able to answer or analyze and then answer those questions.
So you can validate these, whether you are making the right predictions or not, based on what has happened in the past.
For that, first you need to know the birth time. Yes, you will be able to validate. You will be able to validate. Okay. So, for example, let me give you one example. If somebody has to lose a job, right? There is a specific combination. That combination has to be there in the horoscope. Without that, that can never happen. Okay, you will be able to predict, and you will be able to validate in the past. That is what this covered in the birth time rectification. So you have this combination. It has to be there. Somebody says, "Okay, I was laid off on this particular day or month and year." Then you have to go back and see whether that combination existed in that time period or not. Yeah. Again, astrology is nothing but mathematics. The more you practice, the more you will get better at. See, we all learned, algebra, calculus, and all that, right? The more you practice solve problems, you are a good chance of scoring center. Okay. Then I will give you all the real life examples only. In fact, I will ask you to bring your examples. Okay, instead of me giving, okay, this is what happened for this person, I will ask, okay, bring it. Like Naresh, you said, right? You validate. You bring, say, for example, somebody we are talking about career, then you bring all the difficult or complex people's life events. There will be some people right up and down. They would have seen that person will start a business, it will go into losses. Then again, he will do another business. For some time, it goes again losses, all that, right? For some people, they will be like a very ordinary, not that smart and all. But if you look at it, either in a job or in business, their person will be very successful. That we can also see why it is happening to them, right? On other hand, you will see like a very smart person, right? We all think that this person is going to be very successful in the life, but in reality, it is not, right? They will be still living like an ordinary life, not to their level of smartness and intelligence, right? So those type of horoscopes, if you bring it, then I will just show you to you straight up front in the class, then why that has happened. Okay.
So you said about something about the past that we can choose from the karma, like whatever happened in the past, how can we choose like that? I mean, we don't know what happened in the past.
No, no, no. No, we cannot. Okay, let me clarify. So you have our karma in this life that we have to deliver. Okay. So instead of karma making us to go in that direction, you can pick what you want to do. See, karma says this is the pending karma in your life. That is the sanchita karma, right? In this life. So if you don't do any act, anything, that sanchita karma will drive our life. All right. So then there what we are doing, we are trying to go and see, okay, instead of doing X activities, I will do Y activities. Okay, within that same bucket. So we can identify that bucket. In that bucket, you can pick.
So in that case, you have to know what karma is wanting you to do, and you do the other way.
Correct. Correct. Again, astrologer job is only to guide. We are not here to solve their problems. We can only guide them. We will tell our job is to guide. You go here, you do this activity, you good chance that your problem could be solved. How much it will solve, how it will get solved, that all depends upon their past life karma. But most of the time, if the problem is serious, we have seen that is working. The remedies, whatever the remedies I recommend, I teach, it works. Most of the time, let me tell you, it is never going to be 100%. Because karma triumphs. Karma overrules everything. We are just trying to play within that. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Wait this and okay. I think we will stop here. We will continue the next class. Okay. Let me. If we have like 5-10 minutes, I can cover one more concept. Should I proceed or what do you guys want? You want to break?
You can proceed.
Yes, you can proceed. Yeah.
Okay. So now we will talk about horoscope styles, North Indian style and South Indian style. The North Indian style is called as movable zodiac. That means, so this is the chart. Okay, North Indian. This first diamond is always the Lagna. Okay. And from here you count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. If a person is born like after 2 hours, right? So this will go and this sign will become the Lagna. Okay. But this is fixed. The format is fixed. Always this is first house, always this is 7th house, always this is 10th house. Okay. You will rotate the zodiac. South Indian style, zodiac is fixed. The signs are fixed. Always this box is Aries. Always this box is Scorpio. That is Vrishikam. And you place planets and then based on the time of the birth, this sign, the Lagna sign will move. Planets will move only based on when they actually move. Say now Sun was here on 13th, right? Dhanushu. On January 14th, Sun moved here. Okay. But whereas here, it is difficult. The zodiac will change based on the Lagna. Okay. So you will count the houses in a clockwise direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like this. But here it is anti-clockwise you count. It is again, remember that it is only the representation is different between North Indian style and South Indian style. Your analysis and your logic and reasoning, all that is same. Rules, everything is same. Okay, it's only the representation of the chart is different.
What is zodiac?
The zodiac is the universe, right? Outside Earth, the solar system, that whole space. Okay. Say, for example, this one, this is eighth sign. Eighth sign is Scorpio, Lagna. Then you have all these planets. Venus, Saturn in the first house, Mars in the second house, Ketu in the fifth house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Moon in the eighth house, Jupiter in the ninth house, Rahu 11th, Mercury and Sun in the 10th house. But whereas in South Indian style, you will mark the ascendant like this AS. These planets will be same. So first 2, 5, 8, 9, 11, and 12.
How do you know what is where?
Sorry?
How do you know what is where at that time?
Yeah, that's why like you can use any software. You enter your birth time, this chart you will get. Okay, based on the actual planetary positions. Okay, I think we will do it next week. This will be like a little practical thing. Okay, right. Any questions or doubts so far?
So you said you do palmistry also and Vastu, but you're not going to cover that, right?
No. This is only astrology. This is only astrology. This class is all about astrology. I was just telling what all the things I know and I practice. Okay. Any doubts, questions? Yeah, yes, Sonia.
No, I think it's good session.
Okay, right. So those whoever is interested, ping me. Then that Zelle information is there. Then you can pay. Then I will add you to the class group. Then we can decide. So this free class will be today and next week. Then after that, this batch will continue as a paid class from 8th onwards. So if at all anybody is interested to pay by next week, then we can continue. Otherwise, thank you very much. Okay.
Yep. Thanks,
Thank you.
Prasad.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Yep, you too.
You too.